So we remember A Call for an Uprising, right? A Call for an Uprising is a terrible conspiracy channel that's anti-vax, believes in, like, New World Order nonsense, thinks Satan is real, thinks Satan is behind everything, a whole bunch of nonsense. A Call for an Uprising now has a new video in regard to what's been going on post the Capitol riots, and then also, more interestingly, I think, later in the video, lays out a scheme to try and ban Evade on YouTube. And it's the funniest, most pathetic attempt at ban evasion I've ever seen. So we're going to watch this, and then we're going to go over to the Ban Evasion channel and take a look and see how that is. So, let's take a look.
This is A Call for an Uprising. Welcome to today's show. This is an important episode. I'm going to somewhat address this on YouTube and mainly address it on my website at callforunuprising.com, especially in the forum and through videos where we can all interact with each other and see what's going on in each person's town, because we've all heard whispers that the Insurrection Act is going to be, well, everyone is saying it's been signed. Nobody can confirm or deny that.
It hasn't.
I've read the articles. I've read the people who have confirmed it. I mean, how do I know if this is a credible source? Somebody out there who tweets it could be just as credible as listening to CNN, so it doesn't mean much.
No, that's actually very untrue. You should definitely take CNN over someone randomly tweeting something. I'm not telling you CNN is always 100% accurate, because they're not, and you should always listen to media with a skeptical ear and with a grain of salt. But nonetheless, like, if CNN is like, hey, this thing was signed, chances are that thing was probably signed.
But this is why you should be concerned if the Insurrection Act is indeed signed. So the Insurrection Act gives the president the power to deploy the military and federal forces across the U.S. So what does that sound like? Huh? Well, it sounds like martial law, right? Because that's pretty much what it is. It was originally passed, I believe, 1807, 1808, somewhere around there. And they created the act to allow the president to use U.S. armed troops and federalized National Guard troops inside its own borders. Now, this is why you should be very concerned about it. And I'm not trying to create fear because, again, I don't know just as much as anyone else knows if it's been signed or not. But
I think you're giving yourself a little bit too much credit when you say you know as much as everyone else. I'm pretty sure you don't. I've seen your videos. You know very, very little.
Most people with intuition can feel something bad is about to go down.
That's not how things work. You're not like, it's like, when, like, it's a movie and there's a big storm or something coming, and all the animals are like, oh, the animals are spooked. What's going on? Like, they have some sixth sense intuition that something's about to happen. No, that's not a thing that exists in real life for humans in regard to this sort of thing. You cannot somehow psychically feel that something big is about to happen. Not how that works.
That was just the beginning, what we saw, even though it was an absolute comedy show at Capitol Hill. It was the precedents being set for something bigger to occur. And it's not
Precedents. Sounds like you said presidents.
just about Biden going into office. And we have a 10-day window here where a lot of crazy stuff can go down. Remember, people like myself originally had said that Trump won't leave office. That was just a guess, obviously. That was just based on my intuition and what I saw. And again, looking at all the messages that they were saying in repetition over the media.
Trump literally said months and months and months ago that he wouldn't accept the results of the election. And he also didn't accept the results of the 2016 election, which he won, but he lost the popular vote, and he didn't even accept that because he didn't win the popular vote, and he didn't want to believe that. Doesn't take a genius to figure that one out.
Because again, if you follow my channel, I talk about sigil magic and why it's important to realize why they use it. They use it, it enhances the craft of their spell. It's part of their laws that they follow. They tell you in advance what they're going to do. Sometimes they use humor, sometimes they use sarcasm, and sometimes they flat out tell you.
He's describing what conspiracy theorists call predictive programming. Basically the idea that, oh, there was a thing on The Simpsons 10, 20 years ago that was vaguely similar to this real-life event that has just happened. Clearly, they knew about it all along, and they put it in there as a warning or some bullshit like that. It's always nonsense.
But people just don't really pick up on it. but they've been using repetition with saying how Trump wasn't going to go anywhere. Now, why this is really important, whether you're a Trump supporter or not, if martial law is put into effect, it suspends a lot of our amendments. Most importantly, well, for me personally, the most important would be the First Amendment, because it will suspend freedom of speech. But I guess they're all equally important because it'll suspend freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, press freedom, and the right to bear arms.
You just named the first two amendments. Most of the things you said were the first one, and then the last one was the second one.
This would be a problem. So they will not allow you.
It's just weird to me that you said all of them, and then you only named two. Odd choice.
To speak, they will shut you up, and they will not allow you to bear arms. And the military will be in the streets. And again, this has not officially, as far as I know, been signed. But then again, they talked about it 7 months ago when the riots were happening in the summer. They were hinting at it and talking about it over and over and over about how Trump was provoking it or was signing it. And he may have officially done it then. But these are the underlying things that happen with martial law. People don't understand why martial law is so dangerous and deadly. Because the military, in essence, becomes the ruler. Now, you might say, well, that's great because, our government is, incompetent Satanists and occultists. But in reality, this means they could use all types of different tactical, things.
Satanism on the bingo card.
On the American people. In other words, they can use force. They could do certain things that they want to do. They're really you're under their law, military law. And again, if you can't bear arms and you don't have freedom of speech, and you don't have freedom of assembly, you're talking worse than 1984 is what you're talking. So that's why it's important to keep an eye on it.
Do you think any of these people have read 1984? I'm just curious. You see this a lot, especially with the Twitter bans. Now, let me be clear. I haven't read 1984 either. I read, in my high school, we had to do a dystopian fiction, and my class did Brave New World. We didn't do 1984. So I can talk about Soma, and I can talk about the end of the book Blood Orgy, but I cannot talk about 1984. Just curious.
Great detail on my website. It's extremely important that everybody get over there, sign up. It's $2.99 a month, but trust me, it is worth it. The videos are worth it.
I also just realized my public school education had us read a book that ends in a blood orgy. So that's good. That's good. Good job. Good book.
The forum itself is worth it. You can keep people notified on what's going on in your towns or places around you or stories that you hear, because I'm not going to hear and see everything. No one is. But we're all in this together. And if they're going to take freedom of speech away, they're certainly going to start with YouTube. So it's important that you get over there. I actually was going to do a video I wanted to show people about the C-19 and some of the ridiculous stuff, but it doesn't seem that important in hindsight with all of this stuff that's going on. So to say that, some of these articles about it are talking about the Insurrection Act is an exception it gives the president a specific excuse to use martial law only to restore order and prevent a rebellion against the government. Right?
No, satanic / ritual child abuse is Satanism.
I mean, think about how ridiculous all of this stuff is, right? They use the QAnon movement. They put Antifa / actors and actors into this movement. They created...
Guys, where's my Antifa check? Okay? I've been anti-fascist my whole life. Never once have I been like, yeah, fascism good. No, because it's not. Fascism's bad. I'm anti-fascist. Can I get that sweet, sweet Antifa cash? Give me that money. Give me that money.
They did pretty much a bigger movie than you would actually see in a movie theater, because the actors on TV, these askers.
Maybe I'm not getting checks because I don't own a bike lock. Who knows?
Anchors and these politicians are better actors than in Hollywood. I mean, these are the greatest frauds that have ever lived. I think the 99.9% of them are demonically possessed at all times. I think it's just demons speaking to them. I wouldn't be surprised to see their eyes go black while they're talking. And people have caught that before.
No, they haven't.
But the Insurrection Act, it might sound different, and it might be a little bit worded different than martial law, but the president still has the ability to do that. And they're talking about all of these extreme events occurring around America and protests in the next 10 days. where there's going to be, pro.
Yeah, I'd say calling them actors is false flag on the bingo card. Good call. Let me see where false flag is. Something is a false flag operation.
Protests, there's going to be rioting and more insurrection and all this other stuff. So it's important to keep an eye on it. And again, I'll be talking about it over there. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section. If anybody has any credible information that actually, says 100% that this has been signed and, he's invoked it, let me know, because I haven't heard.
You would hear about that on the news if it was a thing that was happening. You're not going to get sources on your YouTube comments.
Heard it anywhere. Obviously you can't trust what you hear in the media anyway, but Trump.
I don't trust that darn media that can be sued for spreading lies. I trust anonymous sources on YouTube. Like a real American.
The power to use the Insurrection Act if he wants to, diffuse rebellions or civil unrest or anything like that. So he could still do it. And they claim that it cannot be done secretly. It has to, if it happens, that people will know. So I would assume it would be a part of the plan, and then the media would let everyone know. I wouldn't expect, just suddenly military men walking down your road. But, again, this is all part of the plan. It's all part of the show. So make sure you check out the website. I want to remind everybody, again, I have a secondary channel.
We're about to get to the offensive shit, believe it or not.
People just don't seem to get it. I'm surprised that people who subscribe to my channel don't get it. If you don't get it, I don't know if you should even subscribe to me because you don't get me. But I've made 4 or 5 channels on here already, okay? They've all been demonetized. They've all been shadow banned and hidden.
Because you're spreading unfounded conspiracy theories and lying to people constantly.
And I get strikes constantly on them. I can't upload them.
I would say no, not Q claimed as a source, because he wasn't claiming Q as a source. He doesn't believe in Q. He thinks Q is a psyop. So no.
My other main channel, I have another one that's having problems. So I made one called The Call for a Rainbow. And the plan is that once it gets reviewed, which is about maybe 4 days from now or 5 days from now, and they approve it, it'll be seen in the search and it'll be monetized and they'll like the video and they'll leave the channel alone for a while until maybe it hits a certain amount of subscribers. But as soon as that's done, I'm changing it back to A Call for an Uprising. And then I'm going to build another channel and I'm going to call it A Call for a Rainbow again. And I'm going to do the same thing because it's me versus a computer. And I'm not taking it from anyone. I'm not being pushed around by their stupid algorithm or Susan Wojcicki or anyone else. You don't understand how YouTube works. There's barely any employees there, okay? I'm going on 7 months waiting for review of my channel to get it approved. They don't look at anything. They don't care about anything. The only thing they look for is their algorithm searches if you're talking about the C-19 and the CDC and you say anything bad, or you're talking about this kind of stuff with the insurrection and you're hinting at people. So I wouldn't be surprised if this got a strike, but I'm not going to tag it with the insurrection because what's the point? So the point of the other channel is to do that and then change it to my channel, and everyone get over there to subscribe to it. Make sure you subscribe to it. Understand that I am mocking the things that trend on YouTube because that way they'll approve the channel. They're not going to listen to this video, and while they're approving that channel, nobody can contact them and go,
for this?
Hey, YouTube,
I don't know what he
look,
thinks.
A Call for an Uprising
I really
is
don't.
tricking you. Guess
It's
what? It doesn't work
very
that
strange.
way. Have fun trying to do it. They don't pay attention. There are millions and millions and millions of billions of people on here. All right? So that's what the plan is. And then when that channel gets approved, I'm going to change it to A Call for an Uprising. And I'm going to make another Call for a Rainbow. And I'm going to continue spoofing them. And I'll have 5 channels ready to go. All right? It's not about how many subs I have. I don't care if people are like, well, why wouldn't you want to upload on your 500,000? Well, I'll keep notifying people here where they can find me. So subscribe to The Call for a Rainbow. Understand it's a parody. I'm spoofing the ridiculous crap that they promote on YouTube every day in the trending section, like male makeup tutorials and, kitty cat videos and stuff that's so nonsensically ridiculous and so not important while the world is burning. This is the stuff that the millennials and all these idiots are paying attention to.
He knows millennials are in their 30s now, right?
So that's the reason for it, in case anyone doesn't get the madness behind, or the genius behind the madness. Because that's pretty much what it is. So make sure you subscribe. It's below, and check out the website if you haven't. It's worth it. Ask people who are over there. They'll tell you it's worth it. And if you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe from the website.
Now check this out. Here's the actual channel. A Call for a Rainbow, in which he very offensively pretends to be a member of the LGBT community while doing a lispy voice. So let's take a look at one of his Call for a Rainbow videos. And I am not exaggerating when I say this is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen on the internet. And I have seen some absolute shit, okay? But this is bad.
Call for a Rainbow. Hi everyone, it's me. Welcome to today's episode. I thank everyone out there who joined my special channel. I'm still really nervous doing all this stuff, but I have a really special show today. I'm going to do a makeup tutorial, and I'm going to do all sorts of cool stuff, and we're going to look at some of my new favorite channels, and I'm even going to sing a song, because I've seen that people, when they sing on here, and they're really good, and I've been told I'm really, really, really good. Like, really good. Like, I should be a famous singer. I'm going like American Idol. So I'm going to sing a song, and maybe it'll go viral. And
okay, let's pause here for a moment and talk about what is happening. I know now for a fact that Call for an Uprising does not listen to his recordings before he uploads them. Do you know how I know that? Because absolutely no one would record this and listen to it and not realize how absolutely embarrassing they're being. This is pathetic. This is the most pathetic thing I think I've ever seen on YouTube. And I've been on YouTube for almost a decade now, and let me tell you, if you're looking for just the worst of humanity, well, probably 4chan or 8chan. But in terms of widespread stuff, YouTube is full of some bad shit. This is embarrassing. This is pathetically embarrassing. And I don't know how this man lives with himself on a day-to-day basis when this is what he has to do with his life. No, the 4chan space doesn't count if I say it.
and get 4.
This is what he considers satire, by the way. Is just speaking like this. I don't even know how I would describe this accent. It's like he's trying to come off a little more femme, but he's like, and I know all about being bad at doing a femme voice. I do it all the time. He's terrible. He's really, really bad.
Million views, so I'm going to do that, and then some other neat, cool things. So welcome to my show about rainbows and unicorns and all sorts of wonderful stuff. So let's start, and I want to thank everyone out there again. I know I got a lot of views, which is really cool. I was hoping to get in the millions, but I didn't get there yet, but there's still tomorrow. And maybe this video is the one when I teach people about makeup that'll go viral. So, okay, I took my friend here, his name, sorry, I get nervous sometimes. His name is Dimitri, and I did a makeup tutorial, and I want to show you the before and the after. So this is him, and he wanted me to do give him a new face and do lipstick, and I learned all this stuff from watching these recommended videos. And I want to thank YouTube for recommending so many videos like this about men doing makeup on men, because it's helped me out a lot. So here's the before, and here's the drum roll. What does everybody think? I know I'm not great. I know I'm not James Charles yet, but fingers crossed. You know, there's important things in life like men's makeup tutorials that I'm gonna be great at one day, but I also want to do many other great things. So let me know what you think, and maybe you could be the next person I do the makeup thing on. I could try it on a girl maybe even, so let me know. Okay, well hopefully that part goes viral. I'm getting really close to, I'm at 1,000 watch hours, and they say if you get to 4,000, you could put ads in your video and you're approved, and then you can show up in the search. But people show me
it's not a satire if you're not doing the thing. That's not how makeup tutorials work. It's not satire if you're just saying, I did a makeup tutorial and here's a picture of someone. It's not how satire works.
already showing up, so that's cool. Wait, what's that sound? Oh, it's a special segment I'm adding to our show. It's Kitty Cat.
You don't understand why he hates makeup on men? Probably because he's really insecure and he doesn't understand it, therefore he thinks it's bad? I don't know.
Cat birthdays. Isn't it great? Yeah, it's Kitty Cat birthday. So we're going to sing a special birthday shout out to Smittens. And here it is. Happy birthday, Smittens. Here we go. Meow, meow. Happy birthday, Smittens.
Honestly, I'm most offended that he thinks cat videos aren't great. And he makes fun of me later in this video, but the cat thing is just beyond the pale.
Well, that was really, really fun. If you guys have a cat, I'm not big on dogs, so if you have a cat, a kitten preferably, and it's its birthday, please let me know, and I'll make sure you can email me a picture, and we'll wish him and sing him a happy birthday, because that's what this channel is going to be about, positivity and happiness. None of this hate. Everyone's so hateful and mean and bullying on here, and we need positivity and happiness in this beautiful, wonderful world of happiness. And we're all going to bring in love and happiness together. So that's what that was for. Now, I want to show you some of these new channel stuff I found. I thought that this was really, really cool. This is, this guy's got a channel. He's got 4 or 5 million views. Look. And he's driving in his car, and then his daughter's singing, and he just starts to cry. And that's all his videos are. Listen. Again. Important videos that need to be on YouTube and reach people.
Does this idiot think every video on YouTube has to be a hard-hitting expose on something? People like entertainment. Do I like videos like this? Not really. They're not my thing, but I also don't care. Right, it's like Big Bang Theory, right? Big Bang Theory was one of the most popular sitcoms of the last decade. I don't like Big Bang Theory, but I'm also not one of these people who feels the need to go around and be like, Big Bang Theory is the worst, and I hate it, and anyone who likes it's stupid. Like, who cares? Who cares? People like their little vacuous entertainment things to get them through the day. I have my own. I like the Marvel movies, even though they're pretty silly. We all have little silly things that we like for entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with that. Call for an Uprising just have as a big stick up his butt. It's a big anti-vax Satanist stick, and he really needs to pull it out.
While the world burns. I mean, while the world sings, right? So I decided that I'm going to make my debut here on YouTube singing, and maybe it'll go viral and people will like it. So I picked one of my favorite songs. So I guess we'll just gonna okay. All right, I'm gonna try not to get scared. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Who's the boss?
Oh, the things we do to get around algorithms. Excuse me. What did everybody think? Was that good? I might have been a little off note. I did it a cappella, but I'm gonna clip in the song in the background when I edit it. But that's a great show. It's called Who's the Boss? Anyway, so far I've done a makeup tutorial. I've done a cat birthdays.
We're coming up on my segment.
I just sung to everyone. So those are really things that help you get viral and get you in the trending section. And maybe because I've heard that people get their channels suppressed if they don't do those things. And then here's another thing I want to do. I want to show you my new favorite YouTuber. And he's like me. He's a part of the LGBTQZQYZXPWZ. And here's a clip. He's a really funny guy. And he's really cool. And her name is Hannah Reloaded. And we have the same amount of subscribers almost. And here's a video that Hannah does called A Call for an Uprising Hates Santa Claus.
Let's find out, shall we? Hold on.
And we have the same amount of subscribers almost. Her name is a part of the LGBT.
I'm trying to get you guys a good timestamp to report. Sorry.
TQZQYZXPWZ. And here's a clip. Here
is a link if you'd like to do anything on that video.
A really funny guy. We have a call for an Uprising Hates Santa Claus. Tinfoil Tuesdays. Okay, so let's listen in.
It's time for our favorite conspiracy. I say that about everyone. He's not our favorite. He doesn't like Baphomet a lot, though, and that's funny. Here's a call for an uprising, once again talking about, I think, the vaccine. This video is called, You Need to See This, just how desperate they are to get children vaxxed. And then there's a lot of X's in his vaxxed by the people at PBS. However, vaccine nutbags, like a call for an uprising, or I should say anti-vax nutbags, are going to take this as nefarious because they think medicine is somehow a diabolical plot to microchip you. Oh boy, it's a good thing people don't walk around with a big brick full of microchips all day, every day. That sure would be embarrassing for anti-vaxxers if they believe something so stupid as to think they need to inject you with a microchip. Why did he start a second channel with the exact same name and the exact same content? Here he has almost 400,000 subscribers. What I don't get about this segment in particular is he kind of leaves the clips as they are, and all my points are still correct. Like, he left in the part about the microchips. You know what I mean? Like, if you're leaving in the part about the microchips, are you gonna address it at any point? Are you just gonna go back into your offensive LGBT stereotype voice? You know? I don't know. Subscribers, and he started this other channel that's also called A Call for an Uprising, but in all caps. And it has 45,000. I assume he's trying to evade being, like, delisted by YouTube or something, but you're really not supposed to do that, either way. Gonna put that on my conspiracy list as well. Fine. Weird.
He's funny, isn't he? What's he talking about? Who is this crazy Uprising guy? What's a microchip? This guy's crazy. He's making why would you make a new channel if you have he makes a good point. Why would you make a new channel if you have 500,000 subscribers? Why would you make...
I don't think improv is this guy's strong suit. If he's gonna do this, he should probably start with a script or something so he can write actual jokes. That would probably be helpful.
Make a new one and to just have 40. That doesn't make any sense. Why would someone need to do something like that? Why would they be forced into doing that? I don't know. But anyway, this is my friend Hannah. Well, we're not friends yet, but hopefully soon. And as you can see, maybe Hannah can come on and she could give me diet and exercising tips since Hannah's in such wonderful physical condition. And she looks strong as a bull. And then I can help maybe if Hannah's interested with makeup tips. I'm not saying that she needs makeup tips, but maybe I could do the makeup like I did to my friend Dimitri, you know? But that's Hannah, and Hannah's very smart, and she's very smart. Hannah is I believe, well, I don't want to say the word, but I think you can tell. But a very smart person. So the good advice from Hannah over there, and very funny stuff with the tinfoil and making fun of these crazy people like the Uprising guy. He's stupid.
I like that he spent the entirety of the time showing my legitimate points, addressed none of them, and then proceeded to misgender me and make fun of how I look. I think that's a win. He didn't respond to a single one of my points, so that's probably good.
He's stupid. But that eye in the logo looks similar to mine in the rainbow. But anyway, maybe I should take it out. Well, I'm running out of things to talk about, but I think overall the show's going pretty well. Now, if there's anything you want me to do, I'm trying to think of things that are real popular. I sung, I did makeup, I promoted the LG, which I'm a part of and support fully. I'm very full for the pride. Then I can apply, and then maybe my channel will show up in the search, and maybe
Mightiest Quinn, thank you for
ads
rating
and stuff, and then I'll make another channel with this type of content, and then maybe on this channel, maybe we'll get a little dark. I mean, maybe we'll talk about truth. I mean, I don't know what just happened to me. I feel like I was just starting to wake up. Maybe we'll talk about things that actually matter in this world. I just had a brain freeze. I must have had too much ice cream. Maybe I was coming out of my shell, or maybe I was waking up or waking people. And I don't know what just happened. Sorry. Anyway, back to important stuff like that they feature on YouTube. I need to take a nap. I think I'm turning into somebody else. You ever feel like that? That you're like turning into, maybe you're like waking up and snapping out of like a slumber or something like that. And then hopefully, eventually, we'll hit that milestone, and we can continue, and we can make another channel just like this, and I'll continue to sing songs and meow. That's what I always tell people. If you're feeling down, just go up to somebody on the streets and go meow. They won't punch you in the face or anything. They'll give you a big old hug because it's up, and make sure you keep your social distance. You don't want to be out too close. You gotta keep 6 feet. Remember, that's what our protectors tell us. They say 6 feet and wear your mask. So do that too, okay? All right, I'm gonna go now and do my exercise for the day. Thanks everyone for being here. Yay! Bye bye.
There's nothing funny about the tools.
So,
of
a call for an uprising has lost his effing mind. If that needs to be said. This is, again, bullying aside, this is like so cringe. This is... And he thinks this is going to somehow allow him to evade bans. He's spending... So far, he's only uploaded 2 videos outside of the channel trailer here. He's spent at least 30 minutes of his life, 30 minutes doing this embarrassing, offensive, anti-LGBT improv? I don't even know what you want to call it. It's just so bad. And it's like, listen, I don't know the name of the guy who does a call for an uprising. I don't really care either. It doesn't matter. You don't need to do this. If you're this intent on just peddling conspiracy nonsense, it's stupid. Of course it is. But you have the right to do that. That's fine. Although no platform has to platform you or give you a voice because they're private platforms. Why don't you go to BitChute then? Why don't you go to BitChute? They'll let you post whatever you want. They're full of Nazis and stuff. Just go to BitChute. Do all that stuff there. It's fine. Why do this? Why do this? It's just such a strange choice. Like, he spent a little bit of time, you know, putting his logo in some rainbows, and he got a PNG of a cat and a PNG of a rainbow, and he put it, you know, I just... Why?
This is my new YouTube channel. I'm a little nervous. It's my first video that I've ever done, and I just want to become a popular YouTuber here, and I'm nervous. Hold on. Sorry. I hope you guys will like my first video. I decided to call my channel Call for a Rainbow because rainbows are really pretty and I like them, and I like unicorns and cats. And let's start by talking about some stuff, because you know, to get popular on YouTube, you got to make content, and then you got to get to a lot of hours viewed in your videos, and then YouTube
I'll be done with
will
this guy
maybe
soon, guys.
decide if they'll let you be popular or not. Some yoga. People seem to really like the goat yoga with putting the goat on their back. Personally,
is he spiraling? I think he's spiraling. I think he feels backed into a corner because he recognizes that, especially after the Capitol insurrection attempt, he knows that platforms are cracking down on this sort of conspiracy shit because it directly leads to violence, and I think he knows that he is not long for this website, you know? I think he knows that he's gonna get kicked off pretty soon, so he's desperately trying to do something, anything, but he's also panicking, which is causing him to make very strange decisions like this. It's honestly kind of fascinating. Beyond the, of course, obvious offensiveness of what he's doing, it's also just a fascinating look into his psyche. It's so weird.
I put a skunk on mine. That's crazy. People that want to know, because it's scary stuff. You know? That's why I decided to call the channel to myself. What do you guys think? Not my thing, you know. I used to talk about pizza a lot. There.
His sound mixing is bad, too. He needs to turn the music down. But anyway, that's, a call for a rainbow, which is just a call for an uprising, but more embarrassing, if that's possible. Moving on.